Hi guys, Bran here and welcome to another commentary video. Today I just wanted to talk about very briefly why I have, I wouldn't say zero interest, but basically no interest in seeking out the Fog Whisperer program, and why that was something I had my first week or two of streaming and making content for Dead by Daylight, but now it's just something that I have no aspirations of chasing or obtaining, because for a lot of people being Fog Whisperer is the holy grail of content creation, and that for at least for Dead by Daylight, being a Fog Whisperer means you are literally partnered with the game, which means you have so much notoriety as one of the official partners with the game. So that is the highest top of the mountain, and that's why you'll see so many streamers, YouTube creators put into the Fog hashtag, into the Fog, on the end of all of their content, because that's how behavior goes through and looks at your content, is by that little hashtag. So if that's something that you're interested in and something you want to chase, that's at least that's their way that they've told us. It's the main way that they filter through people, and that's how they try to figure out who wants to be one. Other than that, the reason I don't want to be one, and I think it should be pretty obvious, but just put it on record here, especially with that situation that happened on Monday where Dowsy talked badly about the Q&A session and he lost his Twitch shirts. And Dowsy's a former Fog Whisperer and he got it taken away without explanation. And then on top of that, they took his Twitch shirts away after he criticized the Q&A. So to me, that's just not the kind of person or group of people that I want to represent and that I want to be partnered with. I realized that pretty early on, but I feel that Dowsy example is a really, really good early example as to why I have had zero interest in being a Fog Whisperer after my initial 2 weeks of oh wow, I'm a DBD streamer now, blah blah blah, is because it seems even if we're looking beyond the game being super glitchy and the game having major balance issues, if we look past all that stuff, which is kind of the very obvious things that are that are weird with the game, I can still see myself partnering with them despite all that, because I still like the game a lot, I obviously, if I am making content for it on the daily, I should like it, right? I still have fun most of the time I play this game. I would say 80-90% of the time I play the game, I'm still having a good time. So I wouldn't mind representing the game. But my main thing is the company. The company seems to be where I have a major disconnect, because if we're just taking that Dowsy example, that's just an incredibly petty thing to do. Is to the guy criticized your product, so you go in and you manually removed a gift that you gave him that a lot of content creators push for. I didn't get the Twitch shirts. A lot of people didn't get the Twitch shirts, and a lot of people pushed for that and didn't end up getting them. So he pushed for him, he got them, and the response for them. So you took that away just because he criticized the game. That's just incredibly petty, and really I don't want to say cringy, because I feel it's toxic, cringy is the buzzwords, but it is. It's really toxic and cringy to be oh, he criticized the game, take away his shirts, we'll see how much he criticizes us, then have nothing then. That's you guys are a professional company. You guys are a professional company. You guys literally are professionals. How do you do these things? How do you do these things? It's just the condescension and the pettiness that is constantly shown by the company is just so not what I'm about. It's really not on in our community, we really try to you don't have to be a good person or else you're kicked out or anything, but for the most part, yes, you actually do have to be a good person to not get kicked out, because the world's already sucky enough. It doesn't need any help. So we run a pretty tight ship when it comes to not being mean and stupid and rude. And it seems so many times that the company has willingly done something mean or rude because they feel threatened or upset by something that somebody in the content creation world has done. And it's dude, you're the company. You're the big boys here. You're supposed to be the adults in the room. You guys are the head honchos. Why are you getting mad? Okay, A, why are you getting mad? And B, why are you taking action because you're mad because somebody said something you didn't like? Like, if anything, that like reviews on a business or reviews on products a business puts out is like super helpful, and you should encourage getting those because that's how you perfect your product. Like that's something you should encourage. But they seem to be so like emotional and they take it personally. And when I think the part where I disconnect from them is they do something when they've taken something personally. They don't just go, oh, that personally hurt our feelings. They're like, okay, we're gonna go and like remove his cosmetics. We'll show him, you know. And that's just like mean and kind of bullying, you know. That's just not it, you know. That's just, and that's just the most recent example. They've done a lot of stuff over the time that I have been a content creator for this game that has just been like really just, I don't know, they just don't seem like they're very, I'm not saying they're bad people, but like they just don't seem to know how to treat people correctly when it comes to like them getting criticized or like prioritizing things for player safety, like looking at the DDoS issue. Like they don't know how to like prioritize people's, like their players, like their communities, like safety, and they really seem to just kind of like fly off the handle and make very, very emotionally intense decisions. And it's just like, I don't know, I just don't feel like that's like what I want to represent, you know. And if I was like forced to represent it, I don't think I would be happy because I know I'd be representing something I disagree with. I don't know, that's such a weird thing too, because like that's like, I don't want to say it's like specifically a DBD thing, but it's like something that I don't often see with other gaming spheres. And when they do, whenever a gaming sphere like steps outside the box and does something like that, they're like immediately panned, right? Like they're immediately like they show they show up in gaming articles and they're like, so and so from this company did this, and everybody's like, yeah, that company's just garbage now. Like when this happens to other companies, it's like really publicized and they don't really get away with it. But like Behavior does this stuff all the time. Like and like they get away with it. And it's just I don't know, I just don't want to support that. I don't like this idea that they put out that like we're afraid of community backlash, so we're just not gonna do anything. We're not gonna communicate. And I'm like, that's dumb. Hey, we're gonna take away your cosmetics because you disagreed with our Q&A. Like that's just like I said, that's just like borderline bullying, if not just outright bullying. That's just like stupid. So I just don't want to like, I don't think I want to support a company that like for some reason, one reason or the other, is just like they feel like they're always backed in a corner and they gotta lash out at people to like hold their ground, right? Like the lack of professionalism, like it's just not for me. like the way they treat people, I do not like it, and I wouldn't condone it if it was happening in my community, so I won't condone it that the company's doing it. So I'll play your game. Your game's fun. I love your game a lot, but like Behavior's behavior is a little yikes. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So I don't think I ever want to be like partnered with them. So yeah, hopefully that explains why, you know, I'd have never wanted to be a Fog Whisperer. Well, at least after the first 2 weeks I started streaming. And I'm sure a lot of you feel the same, but you know, I don't know. Some people still chase that dream. I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see what you think. Like the video if you liked what I was saying. Comment if you like if you've ever had inspiration to be a Fog Whisperer, or like you think Fog Whisperer is something still worth obtaining, or you're more like me where you're like, I don't really want to partner with a company that's like something I don't agree with. You know. Other than that, if you want to see my daily uploads, make sure you sub. But I don't really have anything else for you, so hopefully I'll see you in the next video. And if I don't, I'll see you when I see you, friends. Bye bye.